Yeah, Luka, knew it was going to be a tough task coming on the back-to-back shorthanded. Felt like you guys competed. Where did you see things that tilt in the game?
I would say like JJ said after the game, obviously we hate losing, but I'm proud of every guy to step on the floor. I think we fought very hard. Obviously we're down LeBron, which is hard to compete with that. I think everybody that left the court today should be feeling proud.
You were obviously had a heavy burden to carry on offense, but how were you able to get shots for yourself, shots for teammates, while San Antonio was obviously very focused on you?
Yeah, I think I still should have done way better than this. Missed free throws, turnovers, man. I think we had some great looks too. We could have knocked them down, but we didn't.
Luka, when you guys have lost this year, I think every loss has been by double digits. You guys were in this game though still to like the last 2 minutes where you had that one possession where I think both you and Jake missed shots. What did you like about the fight despite the shot making tonight, and I guess just how frustrating is it when it is?
Some great shots that we could have knocked down, but we didn't.
JJ has talked a lot about being like a process-oriented team on days when you are down so many players. Just like, what do you think this team has done to improve in terms of being true to the process no matter who you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, it shows today. I think we play hard. Like I said, we're in the game most of the game. Away against San Antonio, which is a great team. But the process has been great. I think since Christmas, outside that, Detroit a little bit, I think we've been better. We're working on ourselves and we're getting better every game.
I have a league question for you. You came in to the league with Trae Young, traded for one another on draft night. Just before tip-off tonight, he was traded to the Washington Wizards for C.J. McCollum and Corey Kispert.
That's what they were all. That's what they were all.
So I was just curious, your thoughts on that news and this next chapter of his career.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously we came together. We got traded for each other. So, it's been a lot of talk about me and him. But we have a good relationship, a lot of respect for him. So if he's excited for this new journey, I'm excited for him.
Luka, if you'll allow another kind of broader question. I know the main point for you in basketball is just winning, trying to win titles, but to lead everybody in all-star voting, is that something that hits you a certain way, people around the world, appreciating your game and clicking whatever button it is to vote for you?
Honestly, it does. It's the first time that happened to me. So, honestly, it's pretty amazing. A kid from Slovenia, just only can dream about that. Dream about being in the NBA. It's pretty amazing. So I really appreciate all the votes, and to see that, I saw it yesterday or 2 days ago. It definitely hit me, and it's amazing.
Thanks, Luka.
Thank you.
JJ, Luka was just telling us very, very brief version of what you said, but just kind of you're proud of he and you were proud of the way that the team competed in a tough situation. Can you share what the message was and kind of going to a difficult game like this, what you saw?
Cliff notes. We've had so many of these games this season. It almost feels normal. I'll coach that level of spirit and toughness and fight and togetherness and connectedness, all that stuff. It was fantastic. We did a lot of really good things, and frankly, the last 6 games outside of maybe a quarter and a half against Detroit have been really good, and they've all been shorthanded, and this is how we're going to have to win, and this is how we're going to have to compete and be in games right now. It's just the reality, and the group has embraced that, and I'll go to battle with them.
And then kind of broadening this up, but to start, Luka's just contribution tonight and how much of a load he carried and able to, keep the team close. And then he said that he was honored. He was to be leading in all-star voting. It's a kid from Slovenia, just something that he hadn't thought would ever be possible. And so if you could kind of broaden out how he's been this year, the growth from last year, and then if tonight exemplified that in any way.
There's a lot there you just asked me to answer.
Just throw it in a thing for you and you can handle it.
So I just think, he he had the requisite disposition of leadership tonight. His body language, his confidence, he gave his teammates confidence. And I didn't know he was. It got released today? Yesterday. Okay. Sorry, Mitch. I don't read all the Lakers clips, emails. I don't read them all. Too many other things to do. That's awesome. And one, I think he's established himself as a global superstar. He has for years now. It certainly speaks to the popularity of the Lakers brand and the amount of fans that follow us and cheer for us and live and breathe with every shot and every game, like everybody in that locker room does. And I think he's a fantastic representative of this organization.
JJ, how confident are you just in the overall shot-making talent in this group when closer to full health? Missing, obviously, probably 3 of your better shooters tonight. But just in general, do you feel like there's enough shot-making wise?
I do.
You guys had 16 made field goals in the first half. Luka contributed to 14 of them, 7 assists, 7 buckets of his own. And obviously, it was a 4-point game as well. Like, how is that kind of an example of the leadership and the good disposition he brought to tonight to be able to produce that way and, really like kind of single-handedly keep the team in it for a long stretch of the game?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of plays where he made the right play. So there's certainly the basketball portion of leading and taking control of the game and, keeping your team in it. There's also the communication and the body language and the facial expressions and the spirit. I thought that was all at a great spot, and the whole group was fantastic tonight. Just a really good fight. I think, one of the two guys that have now stacked like multiple games in a row for us are Jake and Jackson. Speaking of Jackson, and that's exciting, because at some point you assume you're going to be at full health, and I think we're going to eventually be a great basketball team, and to do that you need 9 or 10 guys that are playing high level basketball, and both those guys, really, Jake since the first Phoenix game, Jackson of late, he's now stacked 3, 4, 5 games in a row where he's played great on both ends, and that's been really big for us.
Last one. JJ, speaking of Luka's leadership, you mentioned kind of like the body language, the not basketball leadership. How do you think he's kind of improved in that and kept that consistent as the season's gone on?
Yeah, we're all human beings. Like I feel like I had a really poor 7 to 10 days. I told the group that, around post Cup to Christmas. Maybe it was just the gluttony of the holidays. I don't know. But, I wasn't at my best. Feel like I've found my way with the group again, and I think every player is going to go through that throughout the season, and it's something Luke and I talked about after Christmas, and he's now been really good with all that stuff for the last 6 games.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. First of all, physically, how'd you feel? I know you've been working your way back from the back injury.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it felt good to get out there and get some run. Haven't played that. I did what I could in workouts, trying to play against managers, some of the players when I could to prep myself for the game. But it felt good to get back out there and compete and play with the guys. Went through my minutes, handled them well. Body feels good so far, so I'll take it.
Got it. So you kind of wait till you see how you feel tomorrow, or are you confident that kind of going to be able to stay back to playing now?
I'm confident I'll be back, but obviously we'll see how the body feels after the flight. But I think it'll do well.
knew this was going to be a difficult game, down 3 starters. You guys competed and were in it. JJ said he was pretty pleased with the level of compete and connectiveness. Did you feel that on the court as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, guys were battling. I told a number of guys, we get frustrated, we miss shots. Everybody wants to make every shot we shoot. But, we're battling, we're doing a lot of things the right way, so we're just trying to encourage one another, uplift one another, and keep going. Second night of a back-to-back, a lot of these guys been playing hard minutes for, a number of games. We've had guys in out of lineups, including myself, so guys have stepped up in opportunities, and tough one tonight against a tough team. They battled hard, they came out with the win, credit to them. But, we're proud of the effort we put forward and how we approached the game, so it's something we can build on and move forward.
Was there something specific that caused the back discomfort you could point to?
No. I've never really dealt with anything with the back before, so that was a new injury for me. Thankfully, it didn't keep me out too long. It felt like forever, but I think it was only about 3 weeks, so I'm grateful to be back. Tough first start of the year with the ankle, now the back, but hopefully we're good moving forward.
You mentioned the time you're out, 9 games. It was an eventful kind of stretch.
It felt like forever. 9 games, that's it?
What do you think about the team that you're rejoining and the stretch they've been in? You're obviously a very active observer, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, a number of guys just sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like, we got guys that really just put it all on the line, put their bodies on the line, go out there and kill themselves every single night competing. So that's inspiring to me. It makes me want to get back out there and try to lighten the load for some of them so that, someone else doesn't go down overworked. So it's excited to get back out there and compete. We've been playing good basketball, so encouraging for me to come out here and just try to add to it.
Jake and Jackson have kind of put together a few good games.
Absolutely.
JJ was saying that it's good to have kind of guys build on some of those performances. When those guys are clicking, what does that do for this team going forward?
It's great. I'll start with Jax. When he comes off the bench playing with that energy and can get behind defenses, he gets on running transition. He's a high flyer, blocks shots. He's done a great job this year, contesting shots with verticality, keeping his hands up, keeping the play alive. Whether he gets a block, keeps it in bounds. So Jack's been phenomenal, and Jake the last month in specifically has been a great defender. He's done all the little things. He's been knocking down shots. So it's been great to celebrate his success and to see him do it. And it's been a real joy for me to watch him. He's going crazy out there on the court. So it's been awesome.
On the team, JJ said it was he appreciated the energy and the effort, back to back against a good team. Where did you feel like that came from as a group for you guys?
Yeah, I thought we played hard tonight. We knew it was going to be a dogfight tonight before the game. We said we were in the trenches, obviously being down bodies. But I thought we came out and I thought we played hard. There was a couple of things we could have controlled, limiting turnovers and a little bit better in, transition defense early on. But I think for the most part, like JJ said, our energy was there. We fought, we battled, and, we lost, but we'll be back.
JJ also singled out you and Jackson kind of for the contributions of late. Do you feel like with all these injuries and stuff, if anything, it's allowed you to show and kind of prove to your teammates the kind of player that you are, where the places that you can add value and establish that with everybody?
Yeah, I feel like I was able to do that like earlier on in the season too with those early games that I had when Brown was still out. But yeah, like I said, I'm a man of many hats and kind of just seeing what my role is going to be every night. You just saw New Orleans game. I took 4 shots, and then I come into this game and got to be a little bit more aggressive and did just that. So I'm going to continue to play hard and control my effort, but everything else, based on the game.
What about for Jackson? What does he kind of bring to this team when he's kind of stacking these types of performances that he has?
High energy. He's a very good, shot blocker. And just very efficient around the rim. You throw it up to him, he's going to go get it. He had a crazy one tonight that Luka threw to him. But yeah, just a high energy player, and you like having him out there.
Luka, I think yesterday the returns came in with beating everybody in the world in all-star voting. I just wondered, you saying kind of for a kid from Slovenia, not something he would have necessarily expected. But what is that?
Hot player. Yeah, I feel like it's expected. He's loved, worldwide. He's a fantastic player, very entertaining to watch, super offensively talented, can do pretty much anything, shoot from anywhere, make any kind of pass. Like, he's just a very, one-of-a-kind player. So congrats to him for that.